Yes, big fan Breezy once again. This song, man, we out here, man. Y'all already see what it is, man. Nets fans is the best fans. Shout to, I mean, Cheney Johnson, man. He acting like he want a roster spot. You trying to, you know what I'm saying? See what's good. You trying to get in that rotation. Me personally, I got him like the seventh, eighth. I got him like the eighth man. I got him before Joshua Jefferson. You know, I don't got him before Danny Wolf. You know, but he serves a purpose. He could defend, he could rebound. You know what I'm saying? I think that Cheney Johnson is a gritty player. I think he should make Jordi Fernandez rotation. I see him a willing shooter, a willing 3-point shooter. But I seen him catch like 2, 3 steals, bro. Sign dude, bro. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I just want to get straight to it, so y'all know what it is. Like sign dude. Don't even waste no time. See if you could get him in a rotation. Y'all not trying to give out big contracts. We need another big man. He's somebody that can help out on the rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, I want to see what's good with that. Shout to Molly Mall in the chat. Shout to Bill Johnson, Money Mike, Jamal Franchise, the Ruler F fan, Palmer Gamers, and more. That's my guy, Scott. Shout to Joey BK all day. First one in the chat. Y'all know I'm throwing the link in the chat. We're definitely going to talk about the game, but before we get into all of the different players and yada yada whoop de whoop, I want to talk about Cheney Johnson. Give him a roster spot, bro. Give it. He serves a purpose. We don't miss Zion Williams' defense on the perimeter if we got Cheney Johnson. Cheney Johnson, he got that perimeter defense we would want, that, you know what I mean, we would need, you know what I mean? Sometimes you could put him in a rotation at the three. You could put him as the third string three if you want to have a big lineup. I would put Cheney Johnson at the three, for defensive purposes. You could put Mikael Brown Jr., Diego Doman, and Cheney Johnson at the three for defensive purposes. He could be like a Jaden McDaniels type of player. You feel what I'm saying? He could be like a Trey Murphy type of player. You feel what I mean? I'm not saying he that level, he that good on that, and that's on the offensive side of the ball. But I am saying that Cheney Johnson sticking to it, staying with what he doing and working with him in his skill set, he could be one of the better defenders in the league, and he could be a great third string, second string small forward behind Josh Minot. Of course, you're gonna have MPJ starting at the three, and then you're gonna have Josh Minot, Cheney Johnson. If that's your small forward lineup, we in good shape. We in good shape. Or you could put him at the backup four. Take that Noah Clowney. Like I said, Noah Clowney on the clock. We gotta see Noah Clowney step up. I'd rather him take Noah Clowney's spot, because I will put Bilodeau at the three. Between Cheney Johnson and Bilodeau, these guys gotta be put in a rotation. You gotta take Terrence Mann, Drake Powell, and Ben Seraph out the rotation. But Ben Seraph is fighting for his rotation spot. He is. I think he had 14 tonight. He fighting for his rotation spot. Of course, we could, you know, criticize Ben Seraph and say, "Oh, he could have did this and that better," but he at least fighting for his rotation spot, bro. He fighting for that. I want you to know that he is fighting for that rotation spot, bro. He is not playing, and I seen Kings the Flemings. He played both sides of the ball. But yeah, I'm glad we got the player we got. I'll leave it like that. Cheney Johnson had 20 points. Danny Wolf had 20 points. Like, we gonna talk about all of this stuff, bro. We gonna talk about all of this stuff, and y'all know I'm finna throw the link in the chat. But I gotta tell you before I do that, we gotta talk about how Cheney Johnson deserved to be in this rotation, bro. I got him seventh, eighth. I got him seventh, eighth player in the rotation, bro. You putting up these type of numbers, you important. 32 minutes, 20 points, 9 for 13. See what I'm saying? These are players that I like. Let me be specific. He shot 13 field goals and he had 4 3-pointers. That means he had 9 2-pointers. Those are the players that I like. He had 9 2-pointers. And look, he was 9 for 9 for the field. So where he missed 9 for 11 from the field. He missed 2 2-pointers and he missed 2 3-pointers. He missed 4 shots in total, bro. He shot well over 50%. He shot 50% from three. He got 10 rebounds. He got a double-double, 20 and 10. He got the thumbnail. Y'all think I just be giving anybody the thumbnail? You gotta be hooping for you to get the thumbnail. Chaney Johnson in the thumbnail. They probably said, "Who that? I ain't never seen ball before." He played for the Brooklyn Nets. Was he part of the trade? Huh? Maybe we don't need a big man because of the roster we got, and we just giving out contracts. And you got players like Chaney Johnson, got Sean Marks looking like a genius. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shout out to Jamal, the franchise, Marley Moore. Shout out to Leaf. He sent the super chat. This is his handle. He a moderator and a member on the page. This is youtube.com/@Leaf4788. You can subscribe to Leaf there at, you know what I mean, that handle. So you have to go subscribe real quick, pull up, you know what I'm saying, and pull right back up, you know what I mean? We trying to come up, you heard me? Nets fans is the best fans. We ain't got big media, so we got big media. We got CJ Holmes. That's it. Now we got CJ Holmes, Keith McPherson, Brian Lewis, Eric Slater. We got a few. I ain't got a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like the presence is gonna continue to get bigger the more we support what we do. You know what I mean? Nets fans gotta support Nets fans. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So shout out to all of the support. I appreciate it. Shout out to the Shallon Villain, shout out to Lyndon Gig, shout out to Kurt the Flirt, shout out to NIC Intelligent Caveman. Shout out to Joey BK all day. Y'all already know I'm about to send the members first. I'm about to send the members the link first, man. That's a fact. But yeah, man. Chaney Johnson. And Danny Wolf. Shout out to Danny Wolf, man. Danny Wolf, man. Listen, man. He out there hooping. I'm not going to say much because I want to go to Leaf. Shout out to Joshua Jefferson. I like the fact that he let it fly. He ain't scared to put the ball up, and he got 9 points. He 5 for 6 at the field. He aggressive, you know. So, you know, and then like Drake Powell, we gotta call it what it is with Drake Powell. You know what I mean? It might be straight G League for Drake Powell. You dig? 0 for 4 from the field. Like, you gotta make a basket, bro. How you even got those other 2 points? You ain't hit no 3-pointers. You hit 2 free throws. How the hell you get 2 more points? Man, see, they must have just gave him 2 points or something, because I don't understand it. Drake Powell, I think that's what it's gonna take. That so you got to give people tough love, you know. And yeah, shout out to all of these players though, man. You know, and shout out to Chaney Johnson for making it a game I could watch. That was tight that they play Diego and Mikal. Yeah, I was like, damn, it's all good. Like I said, I'm gonna send Joey and Leaf the link first because they members. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, but they gonna get the link first. I sent it to your YouTube handle. You know what I mean? So if you're a member in the chat, I'll send it to y'all first. I'm gonna eventually throw the link in the chat. But yeah, man. It is what it is. I like what I see. But Ben Saram, Drake Powell, Terrence Mann, they can make room for Chaney Johnson. Like, out of those 3 roster spots, they can make room for Chaney Johnson and Tyler Bilodeau. Bilodeau was cold today, but I won't hold it against him. I think Bilodeau, his floor rises with the talent, with the point guard that can facilitate. Excuse me. They put Drake Powell at the point guard. He had 2 assists and 1 turnover. So, yeah, man. Tyler need a point guard out there that can help him. You know what I mean? And I heard he a bucket. I heard he averaged like 18 when he was in college. So, you know, I think that he's somebody that should get a roster spot, man. Like, seriously, man. We can't say, oh, we're not gonna give a chance. We gave a chance to Ben Saraf to prove that. You know what I mean? It was his spot. It's his spot. You feel what I'm saying? It's his spot. I just feel like you. I'm not saying don't keep him. Keep him. Keep Ben Surratt, but send him to the G League. He part of what we doing, but not with the Brooklyn Nets, with the Long Island Nets. That's what I'm saying. And then you give it Cheney Johnson. Give it, and you add some size to the team. You got Cheney Johnson on the team. You got Danny Wolf on the team. You already got Danny Wolf on the team. Tyler Bellow on the team. You know what I'm saying? You got a big rotation. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have, you got Dayron Sharp, Danny Wolf, and Mo Wagner as your bigs. Then you got Cheney Johnson. He could be considered a big. You know what I'm saying? That's four bigs. Now you doing something. Now you doing something. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Tyler Bilodeau. You know what I mean? You got him. He's not necessarily a big, but he's you know more of between a small forward and a power forward. If you ask me. So he's not. Yeah. So that's good. That's good. You got size on your team. You know what I mean? And then for the small forward, that's where you really win it. You got MPJ, Josh Minot, and again Cheney Johnson, who can play the 3 or the 4 or the 5 if you really need him to. I'm telling you, this team is gonna be tough. This team is tough. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta actually look at it for what it is and see that if everything ain't a 3-pointer and he got Cheney Johnson going downhill, he looked like he could play above the rim. He could run the pick and roll with Mikael Brown Jr. Cheney Johnson could run the pick and roll with Mikael Brown Jr. You know what I'm saying? He could run the pick and roll with Mikael Brown Jr. Facts. Facts. Shout out to Python. He a member on the page. I'm about to send him the link too. But yeah, man, I feel like I like the rotation if you're gonna do that. And at the small forward, I like that. That's tough. I like that. I like that. You got MPJ. Okay, Part. You got MPJ, Josh Minot, and yeah, you could put Tyler Bilodeau there, or you could put Cheney Johnson there, or you could put either one of them at the 3 or the 4. That's a good look. You know what I'm saying? That's a good look. Yeah, I think that I'm looking forward to seeing good basketball. You know what I'm saying? And at the 2, I think that's where we need help. We looked like we was more strong at the guards and the power bigs, but it looked like the bigs we got better with the bigs. If you got Randall at the starting 4, and then this whole thing with Clowney, you know what I mean? Clowney is like a Pico Valley type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I really am interested in seeing what kind of year he's gonna have. If he's coming off of the bench and he's knocking down that 3, knocking down that playing that stretch 4 from the off the bench, we really tough, and that's another big man in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? And then you won't need as many surplus guards. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with a Ben Surratt, Trey Powell, and Terrence Mann, it'd be easy to, you know what I mean? Just have, you can be able to have other guards like Mikael Brown Jr., Yegor, Keon Ellis. They let go Malachi Smith, so I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we got Nolan Traore. So we got Nolan Traore, Cal Brown Jr., Yegor Domen, you know what I'm saying, and Keon Ellis. I I don't know. That kind of guard play, I feel like be leaning a lot on the rookie and sophomore players to do a lot of the damage on the offensive side. Like, yeah, Keon Ellis, I imagine he's going to contribute. And I imagine Nolan Traore, he's going to contribute. But, you know what I'm saying? I think our offense slows down coming off the bench. But I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to keep pace, especially if Danny Wolf is coming off of the bench. You know what I'm saying? Danny Wolf coming off the bench, then yeah, I really think if Nolan Traore and Danny Wolf is in the same lineup in the second unit, that's going to make the Brooklyn Nets better. I think the Brooklyn Nets are better having Nolan Traore in the same lineup with Danny Wolf as the second unit. If they could do that, bro, we gonna be better than a lot of other second units. We gonna be better than a lot of other second units, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah, man, that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. Throw the link in the chat. I just wanted to say a few things. You know, I gotta call ISO before I throw the link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. Word. You know how it go. But yeah, man, Nets fans is the best fans, and I really do feel like I'm excited for this season. Word up. Yo, what up, Notorious?
What's good, brother?
Chillin', man. Chaney Johnson, man, he a dog, man. Diego said he like playing with him and all that, man. How you feel about Chaney Johnson?
So we got him signed to a two-way right now. I don't know if they could like sign him to a standard deal. I'm not like real good with all that, the business side of the NBA. But he's on a two-way right now. I would love for him to have a standard spot, man, a standard contract. I feel like he deserves it over a lot of people that we
Like
currently
who?
have
Terrence
here.
Man? Who?
I'm not gonna say no names.
Right, don't say no names. Okay.
And I know some people, like I said on Twitter, some people gonna say, "Well, he should be better than a lot of our guys. He's older, da 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 da." Whatever, man. Listen, I don't got no problem with signing the dude for like a male or something like that, a real, low deal. I mean, he's playing his ass off. The only thing is though, he's a little bit of a tweener, so he's like, again, he's not really a four, he's not really a five, but I like him
Mhm.
though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If he out there hustling like that, and he can hit the three ball like he was doing in summer
Mhm.
league,
Yeah.
we got something to work with. So I ain't got no problem with it, man.
What
I
about the
like
deep?
Cheney Johnson.
What you thought about his defense? He got 5 steals.
Yeah, he got five steals, but you got to also understand the level of players
Competition.
he's playing against. So,
Yeah.
but again, I feel like the boy go out there and he get after it, like he play hard. So I
Facts.
think it's something there. I think he can help us out. I think he could possibly be like a good rotational piece, into the bench type, NBA player for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a
Shout.
possibility. Um,
Yeah.
I just want to talk about tonight's game real quick, and then
Go
y'all
ahead.
can. So listen, man. The reason why the Nets lost this game, man, is because they was bricking for chicken from the 3-point line,
Oh man.
bro. That shit was bad. I think Chaney Johnson was the only one that hit two threes out of everybody,
The
if I'm not
3 point
mistaken.
stay 2 for 24, bro. It was only his 2 3 pointers.
Yeah, that's bad. Um, the turnovers is bad. I listen. I don't care what y'all keep talking about Ben Saraf and how he can get into the paint, but none of that matters. None of that paint touching shit matters if you can't do nothing when you get there. He got to stop going to the rack with that weak sauce, man.
Facts.
Stop going to the rack with that weak sauce and that delayed scoop layup. I don't know what this dude be doing. He looked like looked like my little cousin or something out there trying to lay the ball up, like in the paint. But anyway,
Um,
yo,
who
but
you talking about, Ben Saraf?
yes,
Oh man. Yeah. He
like
get to the rim, but he don't know how to finish.
he don't. But everybody always talks about his paint touches. Oh, he gets in the paint. It doesn't matter when you get there and you can't be effective. What does it matter?
How about him getting to the free throw line? He got 5 for 7, so that's just part of his
Yeah,
game.
I guess, man. But I just wish Trey wasn't hurt. So now since Trey hurt, we gotta watch Ben Sarab try close out games when they sit Yegor and MBJ. It's fucking ridiculous in summer league, but it's only summer league, so whatever. But and also Danny Wolf, bro. Come on, man. Also, Ben Saraf was missing bunnies too. You missed like two or three bunnies, dog, wide open. What are we doing?
Mm.
Then Danny Wolf, he had a decent little game, but I still expect him to dominate more than that. Bro, you falling over yourself trying to back down Kingston Fleming? Like, like I
Yeah,
thought you was in the gym. You put on some weight, like, come on, Danny.
yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm with you, bro.
But But besides
I
that,
was
whatever,
waiting. I
man.
was
I'm just
waiting for
waiting for
Leaf to pull
Tuesday,
up on
man.
the panel to say that, but you let it out the bag already, man. That shit was hilarious. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I wanted to see him back him down real quick. You know what I'm saying? Come get this work, young man. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I'm a pass the ball. That's all I got. Unless you want to talk or pass the ball.
Yeah. Nah, that's all good. We're gonna get back to Notorious. We got other stuff, but we gonna go around the panel. Everything booking this, John on the panel. Have you on Twitter? Talk to us, man. What you think about tonight's game, man?
All I gotta say is Cheney Johnson, the Chinaneta. This dude, man, I said it, Breeze. I said to pay attention tonight was that breakout game. But overall, Cheney, he's been the breakout guy of this summer league for the Nets. Every game, maximum effort, a solid 20 tonight. That first quarter, he was 12-6. And then he had a solid 10 rebounds. Like this guy is fighting to be on this roster. You say small forward, I say backup four. Hell, play him at backup five. This guy wants one of these dudes' jobs, but he's also an ultimate team player. This guy plays within the flow of the game. He's an ultra competitor. He's bringing physicality. Honestly, out of the development I've seen the last 10 years, which hasn't been good, this is one of the most surprising developments I've seen from a guy who didn't even play a lick of basketball until he came to this team less than a year ago. This is amazing for what we're seeing with Shane Johnson. So keep it up, man. And the 5 steals
Wait,
and the monster
yo,
dunk.
John, what you mean he ain't played no basketball till last year?
He was undrafted and he was moving around, I think, for maybe Utah in their G League affiliate, but he never played an actual minute in the pros until he came to
Okay,
Brooklyn last year. That's what I was meaning. And those
okay.
3 monster dunks was amazing. Put him in the dunk contest. Like you're seeing a lot of good things from Cheney. Danny Wolf, it was a mixed bag tonight, but I liked some of the physicality improvements I saw in the second quarter. Like he got the offensive rebound, put it up. I think he had a dribble attempt, layup. Like he was making those good things, but also he had some problems with dribbling. This is the problem with Wolf he has to figure out. We want you to be more of a physical big. That point guard crap you want to do, you got to kind of put that in your second, third arsenal. You got to be a big for this team and focus on rebounding and scoring. So I think for Danny Wolf, he has to figure that out, but he showed us some good things tonight. And Drake Powell, to what Joey said, man, it's tough, man, right now with Drake Powell. 1 from 28 from field goal, hasn't made a three. Most of his offense is coming from free throw line. It is crazy that we took on Terrence Mann's horrible contract, and for Drake Powell to have this type of roadblock, it's sad, man, because this guy has potential. I think defensively, he's been fine for summer league, but offensively, I just think his introverted personality is really hindering him from having an instincts as an offensive guy. So until he figures this out, he might have to be in the G League. But even I think that's not going to better him. And then Saraf, listen, I think we've seen enough of the Saraf train, man. This dude, to what Joey says and what I said on the private chat, he has the same freaking move, underhand layup. The Hawks were really deflecting half of that shit he was doing half the time. Like somebody even said he's like Danny Avia. There's a reason why Danny Avia looked good in regular season, getting to the interior, but he was so bad in the playoffs. Like you can't do that. You have to show us something else. Like and
You know,
Saraf's
you know what I want to add to that, John, is that what I realized about what make a guard better is the IQ and knowing that you're not always gonna get to the rim. So you gotta have that float device, man. You gotta have that float device. If you ain't got that float, you know what I'm saying? Situation floater, then it's gonna be tough for you because guards are not gonna get to the basket to the rim every play, bro.
I
And he
agree.
ain't got the floater. Is basically what I'm saying.
His game is so rigid. I called him the Tin Man of Wizard of Oz last night for a reason. Like he just has no fluidity to his own game, and his 3-point attempts, he has a higher chance of making those 3-point shots hit Ben Simmons' boat in the ocean than he does at the rim right now. Like this is embarrassing. Like he has to figure it out sooner rather than later. But overall, the star of the game was Cheney Johnson. The story of the night is he outplayed half of the guys from last year's draft class. I thought the Jefferson kid was fine for what he gave you. But overall, man, Cheney Johnson's making a solid case to be a part of this team's long-term future, and Wolf had some improvements. But my last thing to say is, if you're going to advertise Michael Brown to play a game against Kingston Flemings like he did against Acuff, play the man. Even if you had a Resiego, like you're underselling to the fan base right now. We're all jazzed and excited to see Michael go up against these other top guards, but you keep selling it and then you don't deliver it. you're going to piss off a few people, man. Let the kid play. Let these guys keep developing with each other, because I shouldn't have to watch a Ben Seraph one pissing contest and not have any fun basketball to watch other than Cheney Johnson, man. That's got to change.
Yeah,
But shout out to Cheney Johnson, man. The Chaininator brought it tonight, man.
yeah. Now
I
shout
thought
to
today.
everything. Yeah, shout to everything Buccaneers John, man. Again, I'm glad so far we all on board about Cheney Johnson. Player one in the chat said we don't need Noah Clowney because of Cheney Johnson. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. We got Podthorn on the panel. Shout out to Podthorn for joining the panel, man. You know what I mean? We got you see the thumbnail. I got Cheney Johnson making a rotation, man. What you thought about tonight's game? What you think about Cheney Johnson making a rotation?
Yeah, I mean, it's par for the course. Let me read to you some of the Nets power forwards in the last since 2014.
Okay.
Uh, Thad Young,
Oy.
Trevor Booker,
Mm.
Rondé Hollis Jefferson,
Yikes.
Torian Prince,
Mm-hmm. He
um,
was a small. I thought he was a small
Dor-
forward.
Dorian Finney-Smith,
Yeah.
uh, Travion Graham.
Oh, my gosh.
I forgot about him. What about Blake Griffin?
Yeah, he
That
was
was
there.
that was under Billy King.
Are you naming niggas that we played at power forward or niggas that was actually power forward?
If you played it, you were power forward for the Nets.
Yeah, but you forgot Blake Griffin though.
I
Paul
Yeah.
Millsap.
I'm
What
not
about
finished.
Blake? What about
Jared
LaMarcus
He said
Aldridge?
he said he
Jared
was
Dudley.
finished.
Let me
Okay,
finish.
go Sorry.
Okay, Jared
Jared
Dudley.
Du- Jared Dudley, Rodion Carruthers. Even though that was technically was that no. Actually, that was Sean Mark's pick.
Yeah, we
Wilson
drafted him.
Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson Chandler might have been the tallest power
Paul
forward
Millsap.
that there. No, Paul Millsap is Atlanta. That's who the Nets want to
Yeah,
be.
but
They want to be the
right, no.
2014
He
Atlanta
came
Hawks.
to the team. You remember he was on the team?
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Johnson
right.
played
I
one.
forgot about that.
He wasn't here for long, but he played here.
Yeah.
Royce O'Neal,
Royce
Yuta
is a 3.
Watanabe, Jared Dudley, Damari Carroll. Right? You know what all these players have in common? They are all 6'8" and under. Every single one. Today, the Nets put out a lineup in Summer League. Like, Summer League is where you're supposed to go to dream and see visions of your team one day being good. That's what Summer League is for. Nah.
Marcus
Summer League
Aldridge.
with the Nets. Oh, you know what? There's one, but he plays center for us.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
You missed Blake Griffin though.
Yeah,
I
Blake
added
count.
him. I added him. We added him.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, Blake
Blake
count because
Griffin's
he
still 6'9" though, so
and that was Kevin Durant's pick. So, but regardless, Sean Marks left his own devices. Will do this, and then worst thing is last night I had to watch Chris Sinat on the Celtics, looking like young Chris Webber out there. This shit is just it's what makes the Nets lose. The Nets don't have no size up front. They don't play with physicality. They have these theories like the Drake theory, like you could just put this dude in the
Pop,
lineup and because he could pass and shit. That's
Pop,
gonna change the
I
fact that
agree with
teams
you,
are
but
physical.
Pop, let me just say this real quick. I agree with you, but tonight the Nets were a bigger team. Atlanta didn't even have no bigs. Zuby was was like the biggest guy they had.
And that shit made me even madder because Nets should have did everything they could to get Zuby. Zuby played physical in a summer league game. He was throwing his weight around in the summer league game. He had trouble scoring, but he was throwing his weight around. He's showing you like the type of player that we're against. We always want to find, like, Sean Marks has this idea in his mind, like, that's not real. You need talent. You need talent to be a winning team. You know what Christopher Michael Brown Jr. is? He's talented. His uncle called him Speedy because he's fast as fuck. He's not just good because he's out there trying hard. That's not reality. And the thing is that the Nets is gonna waste these kids' time. Who's gonna protect them out there? I mean, Cheney ain't soft, but what are we doing?
We got Randall now, though, bro.
Hey, Pod, you got to give Cheney some credit, though. The dude has been
I like Cheney.
outworking half the guys we
I,
drafted, man. He's
I
been
like
solid.
Cheney. I like Cheney, but Cheney's not better than Chris Sanak. Cheney's not better than Okafor. Cheney's not better than a lot of players that I watch just go to the wayside. Did y'all see Caravan yet? He's hooping. Like it's a theory in this man's mind, and it keeps the team from being good. It makes it where we can't even have no new ideas. No, try something different. We've been doing this shit forever, and it's just tiring, especially now because we got these two young guards that if you could put anything in front of them for the next 10 years, they could be really good. They could be really good.
I didn't know why Drake Powell was getting run at point guard tonight. That to me is still a question mark. He's clearly not doing well as a point guard. You gotta let him be
Positionless
point guard.
Who else we going to play? We got Ben Saraf and him. That's it.
Yeah,
Everybody else sitting down or hurt.
If you want to unlock this guy's instincts, having him be a passive point guard is not helping better the situation. Powell, I just saw him keep throwing the ball away, He took those bad threes. He had some good looks tonight, but this dude has to go for his own shot. But if you have him playing the one, how is he gonna unlock that switch? It's just not happening. I don't get the strategy still playing him as a point guard. That's been so confusing to me so far. It's not working.
Hold on, John. Hold on, Python John. Let me continue to go around the panel. Let's go to Brooklyn LM. I wanted to hear how you felt about Cheney Johnson. I'm just trying to get a general consensus. I gotta throw the link. Throw the poll in the chat to see what the 32 people watching.
Just to close it, Breezy, I just want to make sure I address with the thumbnail. Yeah. Cheney Johnson is good. He's a good hard-nosed player trying to make it in the league. But he's 24. What is he? 24, 25? I mean, he might even be older than
something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
24.
You need players that are gonna grow up together and build something. We're gonna chop and change this team. It's like hitting the reset button over and over and over again. That's all I'm saying. Like Cheney's good, but that's not gonna make a difference.
I'm not talking about for the next 10 years. Cheney Johnson is going to be the prime player. I'm just talking about for the next season. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that for right now, for what we're looking for, as far as identity and what the roster should look like, as far as not necessarily having a dominant center, but if you got a lot of big bodies and Cheney Johnson being included, I mean, I can't ignore the 10 rebounds. I was impressed with the 20 points, but I was really I felt the consistency is going to come from the 10 rebounds and maybe some of the defense and the 5 steals. The 20 points is just a bonus for me. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, I want to go to
Breezy. A question for you before you move forward. Do you think Cheney Johnson is a component to a championship team?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I do. Now, I'm not saying he got to be the 6th man off the bench or nothing like that. You got him on the 8th, 9th man off the bench, something like that. I got him in a rotation in the 10-man rotation.
We not saying he the say or be all. We just saying he can help out. That's all. He can
and I'm not talking about a championship team. I'm talking about next season. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. Let me go to Brooklyn LM. Brooklyn LM, man. You hear us talking about Cheney Johnson, how he a gritty player. You think he make the rotation next season?
I mean, I guess. I mean, you don't really got no other choice. I don't know, man. Outside of McKellen, Yegor, like I'm not impressed. You know? Like I'm really not. Like I'm looking at these others, and yes, the comparison thing is dope. Like I'm watching Adal Diallo right now on LA. Like just the physicality is missing there. That athleticism is missing, yo.
Thank you.
Like I'm watching Marez Johnson right now. Like. We could have used him. He was there. Well,
comparison is the killer of joy.
Still, it's the killer of joy, but you got to use it to see where you at, to see how far you got to go.
When we play, hold on, do we play them before the summer league end?
Summer league is over for us.
Right, but to me, that's not the point. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'm not saying you're wrong in that. but it is still a factor of what you need to compare yourself to see, okay, where as a team do we fit? Where as a team do we need to match these other teams at? The Nets is not planning on being trash forever. Apparently, we're going to have to grow up. Apparently, we're going to have to win. We're not just going to be stuck at the bottom of the Eastern Conference forever. Apparently, you have to measure up what these other teams are and get talent. And realistically, I ain't seeing it. Ben Sirach,
So you
cool.
saying Chris
Like,
and Cheney Johnson on in the matchup? You trying to say Cheney Johnson ain't giving them no work?
I
He's
think
definitely
Sanak
doing
is
work.
by far the better player. Did you see what he did?
No, what he do?
In his 15, nigga can jump out the gym. He had 15 and he almost jumped from damn near the free throw line trying to get a putback dunk.
That's
To
okay.
me, that's like, but what we're missing here is the athleticism and physicality at the front court. With Randall, we got some of that.
But
Cool. But
that's a
Randall is
team.
not part. Hold on, Randall is not part of the long-term plan. That's the problem with me. You don't have a person who at the front court, cool. You got Yegor, you got Mikal. You solved that. But you need somebody physical at your front court. You're going up against the Durans. You're going up against the Giannis. Giannis is still in the league. You're going up against the Bams. You're
But
going up against these guys.
to be
Like,
fair though, LM Sanat was picked right before we picked. Boston got him right before.
yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that. I mean, niggas was trading up and down second round picks. I feel like we have the most second round picks in the league. You could have
Yeah,
used that to move up.
we got
Okay.
19.
But realistically, Cheney is okay to me. Like, I like how he plays aggressive. I like how he plays physical. Danny Wolf is 6'11" and can't back down to 6'3", nigga. I mean, it is what it is with Wolf. The nigga struggling to back down Kingston Flemings at 6'11", 265. What do you want me to say to that? He's shooting contestants over Kingston Flemings. Like, okay, Drake
Yeah.
Powell looked like he lost.
Again.
Maybe he needed to get in a hyperbolic time chamber. Ben Siraf, I don't know. Like, outside of Mikal and Yego, isn't really not much for me to really.
Nah,
like,
we can't say that. We gotta say Treyarch too. I think Treyarch is gonna be good.
And Traore. It's just because
Yeah.
he's not playing. But
we
for
forget about
Traore, I
Treyarch
like
'cause he hurt.
Traore. But other than that, these dudes got a long way to go. I mean, if you can't dominate in summer league, what the fuck are you gonna do in the league? Like, that's the thing to
Right.
me. Like, these niggas is not. Most of these niggas is not going in the NBA.
But LM,
Like, that
especially
should
when
be
you
the
already played a year in the league, like
exactly.
hello?
Like,
Come on,
to
Danny.
me, Yegor and Mikal is out. This should be something in Drake Powell's mind. Like, yo, I can cook these niggas. Like, these two guys is out. Like, oh my gosh, it's food for Atlanta.
LM, did
My
you
nigga,
watch Boston?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, Pot. At this point, I'm not gonna go back. We can't change the draft. But what I'm saying
I,
is, I would at least
I
like to
know,
see
but
these guys outside of Cheney and these other. I would like to see Powell play more aggressive. Like, he went for 28 from the summer league, but I mean, do you take that? No, it's trash. But I mean, I don't know. Like,
Bro,
outside of Yegor,
I'm
I'm
more
not
mad
seeing it,
about
yo.
us. I'm more mad about us not picking Hugo last year than I
We
am about
we
this year and
we
picking
did it.
Sherrod.
We did it 2 years in a row.
we could have.
Well, this year was more complicated because you could use second round picks to move up. The Nets need talent more than any team in the league. Moving from 33 trade, like they took on $70 million to
Hold on, hold on.
to move up 5 spots. Like y'all got to talk the whole picture of the game. We can't just be
Hold on.
glad handing these dudes all the
Hold,
time,
hold,
yo.
hold on. Let me keep going around the panel. Brooklyn M, just when you pass it to this is JTV.
Yeah. Last thing, closing argument. I just think realistically, like, we couldn't shoot for crap tonight. Like, I mean, I think that's been the horrible thing for us has been efficiency. But overall, I mean, outside of Yegor, the Flatbush Five ain't really been giving us nothing. I mean, Nolan is injured, so I'm not counting Nolan. But outside of him, they ain't really been giving us much nothing to really be excited about. Like, I mean, Saraf still look like he got a long way to go. Powell still look like he got a long way to go. Now, guaranteed it's their second year, so you know what I'm saying? I think Powell can turn it around. I think Saraf can turn it around. I think Wolf can turn it around. But like so far, it's just like in summer league, it's like this where y'all supposed to dominate. Like y'all second years at this point. Most of these niggas not gonna be here.
Right.
That's all I got, bro.
Yo,
I just want to go on the record and say that none of these dudes are NBA players besides Mikel and Yegor, and it has nothing to do with summer league. It has to do
no,
with
no,
what I've
you
seen
ain't
in the
gotta
past
explain why.
and what
You
I'm
ain't gotta,
seeing from other
you ain't gotta
teams.
explain why. You ain't
Team
gotta
like
explain
you,
why.
it's sports. You have to make.
I ain't mean to mute you, Python, brother. You ain't gotta explain why. You said what you said. I gotta keep going around the panel. Shout to Python, Brooklyn LM. Shout to This Is JTV. This is JTV, man. What you got on all of this, man?
Hey,
What's good, y'all? I'm just
You
sitting here. I'm just sitting here listening for real. I didn't get a chance to check the game. I was like checking the updates while it was going. I did see Cheney Johnson and a couple of the other games, and I don't think he's a bad player. I feel like y'all know my stance on a lot of that shit. I like a guy that's going to be gritty, play hard,
right.
fucking give him a chance if he's doing well. You know what I mean? That's the type of person I am. So, but will the team give him a chance? Probably not. I don't believe
right.
that they're going to give him a chance. But and then even just with the fact that they got Mikel and Yegor not playing, it's like or Michael. I keep hearing them pronouncing it Michael, but if they got them not playing, it's because they had a good showing the other night, and they probably don't want to
Mikel is
show
like,
y'all nothing else. They don't want to show y'all nothing else. They like y'all seen it already. Good, we got y'all excited. Now we're gonna not play them again to the fucking to the first game of the season, if that.
Nah, I
Like,
think they'll play
Nah,
Tuesday.
they gotta give us that,
They,
bro. It can't be
they
no if
gotta
They
that.
play
They
gonna
gotta
play
give us
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
that
They
first
didn't
game of
play.
the
yo,
season.
bro,
They didn't play
the
because of the
way
back to
Sean
back.
Marks and them move, bro, I feel like they just be wanting to give people enough to get you excited or enough to get people in the seats or
Oh,
to
you talk
have
about
something to talk
the
about.
look but don't touch, touch but don't
Yeah.
taste, all that type shit.
Yeah, like it's that they give you a little something just so you could think it's about to be something, then
he do
you take
enough to
that shit
keep
right
his
away.
job.
All
He
Yeah,
do
Sean
it's
has
enough to
just
keep his job.
it's
That's
whack,
what it is.
bro.
all
It's
Sean
whack,
has
So
given
bro.
us.
And
corny.
that shit doesn't fucking build winning culture. That shit doesn't
Nope.
develop talent properly because and I know niggas don't like to hear it, but Jalen Williams and Cam Thomas both MVP summer league MVPs. They
Right,
developed neither one of them properly. Like
right.
you got to
Well,
develop the talent when you have it, and these dudes that we seeing not even MVP guys.
that's always the case because it's always a super senior that wins MVP. It's never like one of the young rookies who are going to be stars. It's always like someone like Jalen Wilson, who's 20, who's 23, 22 years old. One of the oldest players when he won it.
Don't get
He's coming with 4 years of college and an NCAA championship. I think he won the Wooden Award.
Yeah, he
You
did win that shit. You right.
The
I was about
next
to say that.
know what I'm
the
saying?
next gotta
The Nets
develop
pick that
talent
guy
properly.
always over and over again, but he has
And
more talent than Jefferson.
I went on the record
Fuck
last
no.
year saying that I don't think that we drafted all of the right guys. Like
nope.
we had 5 tries
Mm.
and we might have hit on 2, if that. And it's like it's just not a good ratio. I do like Michael, he does play well. I want to see more of him playing, but I feel like, bro, these kids are young. You saying they can't play in the back to back? Like 2 years ago they was playing 4 AAU games a day, and now he can't play 2 days in a row. Like this
The
shit's
rules are
stupid.
3. You can't play more
The,
than 3. That's the rules.
ESPN
Shit is stupid.
advertised Mike on the play.
I
Say
was at
Mike.
an AAU game today.
ESPN said that he was
Who you watch
advertised
play
to
today?
play.
The Long Island, excuse me, Brooklyn Lightning,
Okay,
New York Light,
okay.
no, New York Lightning. They changed the name depending on who's funding them, but the New York Lightning. Brooklyn's
Hold on,
on.
yeah. Hold, we got Leaf on the panel too, man. Shout
Shout
to
to Leaf.
Disengage
Yeah, you could
TV.
pass it to Leaf. I was done. I was just,
Yeah, that's all good. Leaf, yo, shout to Leaf, man. He sent the super chat. Thank you for that, Leaf. Subscribe to Leaf channel, man. You see us, we talking about Cheney, man. Him getting in that rotation. What you think
Hold on.
about
Let
it?
me say one thing before, after we get off the Brooklyn Nets shit. We do need to talk about Tyler Hero getting punched in the face, though.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good.
definitely. But I can't. I didn't want to start the show with that. But yeah, we
No
gonna get
doubt.
to
No
it. Yeah.
doubt. No doubt.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the title right now.
Oh boy.
That shit was kind of crazy.
But you leave, talk to us, bro. What you got on it? Cheney Johnson getting in rotation, man. Leave, you there?
He in shock of how
Yeah.
nasty what's his name's performance was today. Danny Wolf.
Yo, Wolf got cooked by Simmons, bro. Like we gotta admit that one, Leaf.
Wolf wasn't bad. He just need to do more, man.
No,
No,
Wolf was playing
he
physically
was
for
playing
Jalen.
he was playing Yegor's position today. Whatever Yegor's position is on the team, he was playing that today. And that
The
shit makes
problem,
me scared to death because we need bigs that can actually do shit. And this dude does not play like a big at all.
the problem with Danny was the dribbling was super sloppy, and he was good playmaker last year. But it's now he's switching roles. He's trying to be more of a big than a guard. But him as a guard now, it's looking pretty bad out there right now.
Hold on. Leave back on the panel. Leave, talk to us, man. They talking about Danny Wolf, man. What's your perspective on his game tonight,
They
though,
cooking
bro?
him up.
Shit. I mean, he scored more because he had to. I mean, but the last game, it seemed like he was more focused on rebounding because he had a lot. He had more rebounds. I mean, turnovers. He did turn the ball over a bit, but he shot better. I mean, the thing is that Danny is. I'm realizing that Danny Wolf is getting pulled in many different directions. It's like John was saying, like one minute they need him to be initiator offense, the next minute they need him to be in the paint.
Right.
But it seemed like he's capable of doing a lot of those things.
Mm-hmm.
More than one or two of those things. It's just that what the spot at in the end all be all, it's all about the spot that Jordy wants him at in terms of how the offense is
But
being
what?
run.
But let me ask you though. Would you how valuable do you think that makes it Danny Wolf to the Nets? Him being able to switch positions like that. I mean, one night they need him to be a rebounder. One night they need him to be a scorer. You know, wouldn't that raise his value
Yeah,
to the
yeah, of
Nets?
course. I mean, because versatility, any type of versatility in this league is key. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, somebody gonna find like it's all about how the coaching staff maximize those abilities, bro, and according to the way they put you. You know, and all about how he progressed. But we know that he's capable of multiple things on a basketball court because we seen it last year, we seen these last two games. So realistically, bro, like it's all about where they want him at. The only thing I really know is that listen, he gained an extra 10 pounds, so he's moving towards the direction of most likely playing the center on his team, if not sooner than later.
For sure.
So realistically, man, we just gotta like a lot of I know a lot of people want this roster to be up and ready this year. That's just not realistic, but it is what it is, man. We a growing team. We got our backcourt for the future, man. That's a good start. We got to see how everything else come along.
Yeah. We can get to the NBA
Do you
drama.
think do you think Sean
Get,
Marks can have the eye necessary to get the ancillary pieces that's needed to go up against the better teams in this league?
No,
No, but at the same time, like your style is your style, and I think Jordi Fernandez is capable of maximizing the style and leading
I think
to the foregone
you know what
conclusion.
it is too. I don't lean so much and put so much emphasis on Sean Marks no more because the coach got some kind of say. He had a say in MPJ being here. He had to say him and the coaching staff had to say in changing Diego from the 1 to the 2. He had he has more say than the Jock Vaughn and Steve Nash and all of these different other coaches. He I think values of Jordi Fernandez and the construction of this team is not going to be contingent on Sean Marks and Sean Marks alone. If it was,
What,
I think we would have
was
got motherfucking Kareem Lopez in the draft.
what was the other question? I think what was we talking about at the top of the show?
But no, I was
Cheney
talking about Chaney
Johnson.
Johnson. But we wanted to
Cheney.
hear your Danny Wolf take. But yeah, what you got on Chaney Johnson? What you think about him?
I think Cheney Johnson, he plays well. I mean, it seemed to me like he was playing more four last time we seen him last year towards the end of the season, like more that four spot. But Cheney Johnson, a lot of effort. Lot of go get it in his game, and I mean, at 24 years old, it's kind of do or die. Like I mean, at this point of his NBA career, because once you get at a certain age and you still in summer league, they kind of threw at you, so to speak. But I think it's a good bonus. I just don't know if there's a spot for him, and just in terms of what we did already in free agency, in terms of Dayron getting 2 years 20, and in terms of Mo getting 2 years 19. So, and Danny Wolf still being on a contract or still being on a legitimate rookie contract, and of course, Noah Clowney still being on a legitimate rookie contract. So I just don't know if it's going to be a spot for him unless somebody gets hurt.
We
You know what I'm
currently
saying?
got him on a two-way contract.
Two-way. Oh yeah. I mean, well, the two-way contracts that's usually just to fill out the roster, but I think that like I said, man, like what we know that we have for sure is the backcourt of the future. We know that we got a backcourt of the future to work with. That's a good start. And we just gotta go from there, bro. I heard about this shit. Actually, I wanted to speak on it.
Hold on. Let me just read it for the people who don't know the specifics to it. Jay asked about this, so I brought it up. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero drama explained. Former Miami Heat teammates Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero have been embroiled in a high-profile summer league incident in Las Vegas, with tensions rooted in years of friction over Adebayo's role on the franchise. Okay, the incident on July 10th, 2026. During NBA Summer League in Las Vegas, Adebayo reportedly struck Hero in the head at a practice court inside Resorts World Casino. The confrontation began when Adebayo confronted Hero about social media comments and Hero made after being traded to the Milwaukee Bucks in the Giannis Antetokounmpo deal. Leaked DMs and posts allegedly questioned Adebayo's defensive value and his $60 million salary, with Hero saying things like, "You should get paid $60 million to be a top 10 defender on some nights." Okay. Witnesses described the scene as heated, with Hero's AAU coach stepping in and security escorting him out. Hero left with a swollen eye and cheek, and both players continue to prepare both players continue to prepare for the upcoming season. Now I'm gonna just I'll say why the tension exists. I'm gonna keep it going because we're gonna get into the opinions and all of that after we read the facts of the matter. It said why the tension exists. Insiders say resentment towards Adebayo has simmered for years after signing a 3-year, $166 million extension in 2024. Adebayo has seen as the franchise untouchable, never put on the trade block, while Hero and Jimmy Butler were in constant trade rumors. Now, Hero's perspective, he felt overlooked for a max deal and believed he was more of a priority for opposing defenses. Adebayo perspective, he is viewed by ownership and Pat Riley as a cornerstone player, earning the nickname Heat royalty. Now, I'm gonna just leave it there and say that this is basically not something new that happens in the league. These players is not taking pay cuts for their teammate, even with success. They had success together. They went to the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they went to the finals and then the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to the Nuggets in the finals, and then they lost to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Hero and Bam, I'm talking about. Butler was there, of course. He was the main piece. But just the case in point of Bam saying, I want that max. I'm not taking no pay cut for Tyler Hero. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm going to make sure me and Adrian Wilson good. That's my baby. And if anybody I was going to take a pay cut for is Adrian Wilson. And she ain't on my team, so I ain't got to take a pay cut for her. You know what I'm saying? I'm being facetious, but he ain't taking no pay cut for Tyler Hero. You know, y'all hear about Jalen Brunson pay cut for his friends and all of that. That should not happen all around the
Nah,
league. So
nah, we not gonna do that, bro. Forget Jalen Brunson ain't take no pay cut. He got paid under the table, just like goddamn fucking
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard, but they just didn't prove it yet. And I don't know if they're gonna prove it because they want Jalen Brunson to be this little golden boy. But fuck out of here, bro. He got paid under the
Mhm.
table. I be seeing all sorts of commercials for little bullshit companies that I've never fucking heard of that Jalen Brunson be in. And I know the New York Knicks set that shit up for him. So because he took them fucking that pay cut. That ain't no pay
Mhm.
cut, bro. He's getting paid.
Mm.
He's
You
getting
reading,
paid.
you said you reading between the lines. I see,
So
Jay.
you
Okay.
saying it's like some bomber shit, like what Bomber did with Kawhi?
One
Yeah,
hundred
that's what I
percent.
think. That's what I think. People
One
don't just
hundred percent.
That
people
make
not
that
just
I get that.
taking the pay cut like that, especially in one of the most lucrative cities in America. Like, fuck out of here. They're finding ways to get him paid that is not legal, but they just ain't get caught yet.
Mm. Yeah, and it's interesting that you say that because OG got a whopping contract, even though he was a player that you could say deserved the money based on the results. You wouldn't be able to sign him and Brunson had you know what I mean. I did it the quote unquote right way,
They
but
said Big Head getting that under
but
table.
but what you Jay, what you think about this incident, man, and them saying all of this stuff about the money and this and that, and what you think about all of this?
I'm gonna keep it real. I think uh I don't think Bam should have snuffed him like that, bro. I think that shit was kind of emotional, but I don't know what they said to each other in person that deserved that. But
Mhm.
like if this dude was having a conversation with a fan about how he felt about the whole incident or how he felt about uh what's in Bam's play or whatever, because he felt like he was leading the team and Bam was the one getting the credit for all of this. Like, if he felt that way, he should be able to say that. The fact that the fan exposed it, it is what it is. But for you to just go snuff the man for his opinion after he get traded, I think that's a bit much. But especially being way bigger than him, like that seemed like some bully shit to me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't like that bullying shit. Know what I mean? Because I don't think Tyler Hero actually wanted to smoke with him. But depending on how, maybe he was
Exactly.
talking hot shit to his face. Who knows?
No,
But
yeah, yeah. I just think
yeah,
that whole thing with the contracts,
I was
like,
playing
bro,
exactly
like
what
basically,
happened.
like, yo, bro, you know that I can't stay on the team if you take that max contract, bro. You
But
you could skim a little off the top so we could keep the team together. We went to the Eastern Conference Finals together and the
yeah,
finals together. We are building pieces, bro. Don't try to just replace me, bro.
They
And
went to the finals. They
I
went to
think
the
Tyler
finals
Hero.
twice.
Hold on. I think Tyler Hero on a teammate sense made more sense than Bam, but I think that ultimately those decisions come from Pat Riley. That's not
Right.
on Bam. You know what I'm saying? Pat Riley, like Tyler Hero should be mad at Pat Riley, not Bam. You know what I
right.
mean?
That's true.
No, hold up. Let me tell you what happened. So the DMs that leaked was Tyler going back and forth with a random Miami Heat fan. And
Yeah.
then one of the DMs, he was basically saying he was basically pocket watching, but he was basically saying, yo, when uh uh when Jimmy
He was
Butler
being
went
honest
down,
though.
who was getting double teamed while a 6'9" center was
That plays
getting one on
defense on
one,
some nights.
yeah, on some nights and shit like. And real rap, that's kind of been a story of them ever since the Jimmy injuries. But let's face fast, Tyler Hero been in and out of the lineup because of injuries too. So
But
realistically,
I
that's
do
not the
feel like
that's
Tyler
not the
Hero.
thing though. The reason why Tyler Hero feel like that is because he's one of those people that believe offense is the end all be all.
Exactly.
It's there's more than offense. There's
He
a
doesn't
if
believe Bam is a max player.
that's right. That's 100%. He does not believe. And Matt and Bam is a max player, but on the other side of the court more. That like the game is played 50% on each side. You got to play defense in this league. And this is a mentality like The shit he said, this shit happens to me all the time. A player will send one of their goons or the player themselves on a burner will DM me and be like, yo, you going too hard on such player. Nah, coach is not like that, whatever, right? You're not supposed to entertain that shit. You're not supposed to
But
entertain pot throwing.
but to be fair, better offense is
You
always
right about
better than
that, Potty. Nah.
better defense in the
Yeah,
NBA. You know
Joey,
what
your
I'm
mic,
saying?
yeah, your mic, Joey.
Oh my
Yeah,
bad.
you sound like you're in a blender.
Yo, hold on. Let's get Scott in the conversation because Scott in the panel too, man. Scott, what you think about all
No,
this, man?
hello.
Oh, yeah, all right, Joey back.
Go
Go
No,
ahead,
I
ahead,
go
just
ahead,
wanted to
Joe.
say this. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying,
go ahead.
Pod, and you absolutely right about how Bam affects the basketball game and leaves his imprint on the game in more ways than scoring. But listen, in the playoffs, bro, offense is king, and if you can't put the ball in the basket,
Mm-hmm.
that shit ain't mattering,
But
my G.
how can you say that when you just saw the Knicks win a championship with Brunson scoring 32? If it
Yeah,
wasn't for that hard-nosed defense, they don't even make it.
I
They
hear
don't
what you're
even
saying,
make it like that.
but
That
but but
team.
but
Go
what I'm
ahead.
saying is that's when you playing good team defense, right? If you a subpar offensive player and you're playing good defense in the playoffs, that's not going to cut it because your team needs that offensive punch. You're talking from a team aspect. I'm talking from a
No,
player aspect. I
I
just
think
don't.
players
I think.
like
I
you don't
think
think.
Bam. Hold on, let me finish real
Uh,
quick. Let's get need 20 seconds.
mhm.
I think
Go ahead.
Bam is definitely an effective player, but I can kind of see where Tyler Hero is coming from because do you really think Bam is a number two, a number two option, a number one or a number two option that's going to take you to the finals and win? I don't think so. I just don't think he has enough offensive punch, even though he is
No.
great in other areas.
What I
But
think people
hold on,
because
y'all.
when you see offense, it releases endorphins in your brain.
Right,
I
but
think if you
hold
looked at that final, you don't get there if you don't have good front court offense. You're gonna see Jimmy doing all of this spectacular shit, scoring in all kinds of ways. But if the other team goes back the other side and scores, none of that matters. San Antonio was held to 79 points in this last playoffs. You gotta play D in this NBA. Have to.
That's true, but you
on, y'all.
also have to score, and as a number
Yo,
one or a
let
number
Breezy
two
get his shit
option,
off.
as
On,
a
y'all.
number one or a number two option, you can't go missing on offense in the
Hold on, y'all.
playoffs.
Hold on, y'all. I just want to include Scott in the conversation. He been on the panel. He ain't say nothing
What's
yet.
good? What's good?
Scott, talk to us, man. You hear the conversation. Ultimately, I'm not asking about offense or defense. I'm asking, like, just the politics. This is the politics. This is the stuff that we don't see. This is the business side of basketball on whether or not you have
Breeze,
success
but it's
with
the
a.
perspective that caused the fight.
But
You
no, but
got
what
to
I
talk about that because that's
right,
what caused the fight. He
right.
don't
I'm
believe
not.
he
I,
earned, he
right, but
deserves his money.
right. I'm not. I'm
Well,
not.
the fight was
Let
just
me
about DMs
let
Hey,
getting
me
to,
let
to
me
keep
let
it
exposed.
a
me let
buck,
me
I
let
don't
me
think
set the tone.
neither of them
Hold
are
on.
it.
Let me ask the question so that way he could. I
Both of them
mean, get
niggas is
to it.
mid.
So Scott. So
Exactly, Leaf.
basically, what I'm saying is, do you think that somebody like a Bam should take a pay cut for a hero because they had success before he signed that max contract? Like, yo, take a pay cut so we could stay together, or was Bam right for just looking out for himself and taking that max contract, or should Hero be mad at Pat Riley, or like, just your thoughts? How you feel about it?
It seemed like this been going on for a minute. I remember Hero having an issue with the front office about a contract a year ago, right? I believe so. So this in that Miami locker room, they don't they pick and choose who they want to pay, and that's what they wanted. They wanted him to get the max. He's not going to take a pay cut. He's comfortable. You know how people's seats are comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his seat is real comfortable in Miami. And Hero felt it. And he felt like he deserved more because he put in somewhat what they need, which
Mm-hmm.
is scoring. I mean, he ain't a great defender, But I mean, somebody has to score.
So hold on, let's kind of piggyback off of what Joey and
Yeah, Joey. But
hold on. Let's piggyback off of what Joey and Python was talking about. I'm asking you, Scott, like, why did the Nuggets put belt the ass to the Miami Heat the way they did in the finals? Was it because it wasn't no offense or defense? Like, what happened in your opinion?
well, they didn't have their team defense is not the same. I think
What
they.
was
I
it
think.
there? Was Hero there? Didn't he miss the finals?
Yeah, I think he was
He
hurt,
had a
wasn't
broke
he?
hand or some shit.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, Tyler missed the
He was hurt.
the finals against Denver. He missed the one in the
Yeah.
bubble. He played, but Miami. The story of that whole run with Miami, a lot of them niggas really been hurt. The reason why they preferred Bam was never on the trading block, and Tyler is because of health.
Right.
Yeah, he played.
That
He
was
was.
a
He was
long time
always
party.
healthy.
You can't
Bruh,
miss the NBA finals
Tyler
and then
Hero
be
been
on some
on the
cocky
trading
shit
block for
with Pat
years.
Riley.
All I'm saying is, bro, if you getting paid number one, number two option money, you better be a number one and number two option. And to me, Bam is like a third option in the NBA. He's not really no
Yeah.
solid number one and number two option.
I agree
He
with that.
he plays great defense and he
He like
rebounds and all of that type
he
of
like the
stuff.
team. He
But
like the
listen,
Chris
if you're
Bosh,
in the
but he's
But
not
playoffs,
I would
as
love to have him. Would you rather have Bam or Randall?
Randall.
I would rather
Bam.
have Bam, of course.
I'd
Bam.
rather have Bam a million light years.
But Pod, this is not a knock on him.
Because you know why I'd rather have Randall, bro? Because stupid ass Sean Marks gonna put Bam at the damn 5 where he don't belong, just like Miami. He put him at
I
the
know,
whole
but
time,
let's
bro.
say we're not run by Sean Marks. Let's say we're a team that got sense.
Oh, now
I'm
we in
taking
alternate
Bam.
universe. Oh, here we go. Let's do the PC.
I'm taking
shit.
Bam,
I'm
even
with
though
it.
he would take Randall, but I would take Bam.
I'm still
Okay,
taking
so like
Randall.
player one said, why Bam ain't make an All-Star game in 3 years if he like that?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
didn't Hero make the All-Star
It's
game? I feel like that
No, he
to
did
me
not.
no,
is
Yes, he
Tyler
did.
didn't make the
no,
All-Star
yes
game.
he
he
did
did.
not.
Yes
Yes,
he
he did.
What year?
Jake,
Yes, he
was
What
did.
year?
Let
When?
me see.
What year?
I know he made an All-Star game in the past 3
I don't
years.
remember.
Nah, he complained about not making an All-Star game. I don't remember him making an All-Star game.
I could look it up, but I'm on my phone. Hold on, give me a second. But he definitely did in the past 3 years. And what I'm trying to say is that this shit is more over egos than the actual contracts and shit like that. The fight itself is more over egos. It's the fact that this nigga says some shit, it gets leaked, and Bam is going to press him about it. Because if it's just about the contracts, you ain't got to fight over the contract.
but
You got the
not
contract already.
Jay,
Yeah,
but
but he
You
spoke
have
his
the money in your
feelings
bank
though.
account.
He
But Jay,
spoke
hold
his
on.
feelings though. That was
That's
a
what I'm saying.
candid
You should be
moment.
allowed to
You
speak your feelings.
Listen, Jay,
right,
what I'm saying.
but if that's how
Listen,
you
Jay,
feel about me, I might have to punch you in your face.
listen,
Like,
hold on. Listen, let me say this.
But
Let me
I
say
don't
this. Jay,
affect your money though.
hold on. Yes, but hold on. Listen, peep game. First and
you
foremost,
just said you
Tyler
don't.
Hero.
You just
Hold
said
on,
I
let me
don't
say this,
deserve my
Python.
money.
Hold on, Python. Let me say this. The thing is, I feel like more than anything is that you get Bam being that max player that can vouch for Tyler Hero to stay on the team. So for one, he probably felt like, yo, if he want me on the team, I'm on the team. You know what I'm saying? He felt like we good teammates, but
Yeah,
it's
he
his
was
call.
good.
It's not Tyler Hero call to say, yo, I want
2020.
Bam on the team. It's the other way around. And I don't think Bam defended him. And I
I
think,
don't even think it's
what I mean?
Bam's call
20.
neither.
I don't think it's Bam call.
It's
It's
bad.
Pat Riley's call.
I think it's Pat Riley run that show, bro. Bam been a yes man the entire time he been there. He been told what to do. Yo, you 6'9", play center, even though you really a 4.
Yeah,
He's
Go
definitely
play over
he's
there.
definitely
We
a
need you
four.
to block shots. Bam been a yes man the entire time. That's the reason why he's still there.
Yep, that's
Tyler
it.
Hero been coming in. Tyler Hero came into Miami, bro, dragging his nuts, bro. He's like, yo, nigga, I know
Now-
I'm the scorer.
Now this Tyler Hero
That's
earned
what they
his
didn't like.
Tyler Hero earned his first and only NBA All-Star selection as a reserve for 2024-2025 season, while he participated in the 2020 All-Star game and won the three-point contest. He was not selected for the 2026. So he was selected for 2025. He was in the All-Star. He's first team. Tyler Hero has been selected to the All-Star team, and he has been all rookie second team in 2020. He reached NBA Finals in 2020
Mhm.
and 2023.
You gotta
So
take.
And the
You
shit
gotta
that
take.
the
I
shit that
mean,
Scott is saying
I mean
is the reason why.
the money is not matching what he has contributed to Miami. So he
It's
felt a
Especially
certain
compared
way.
to
He
Bam.
felt a certain way. He felt a certain
Exactly.
way. He
it's the
felt a
C,
certain.
it's the CBA. You gotta realize certain stars they're like in that third or secondary tier. What Joey says, they want the big money. Look at Austin Reeves and the crazy money he got. If the Lakers don't,
There he go with that
What was that
library
now?
shit.
He said,
There he go with
oh,
that library internet.
yo, oh man, he said library
Nigga said he be
internet.
in the library on the internet.
Yo, nah, but hold
Nah,
on,
I'm
nah,
just
But
Scott,
joking.
nah,
That's my
Scott, the
dude.
funny one. He got a clip on YouTube where his girl called him, and that shit is the evil empire. I was crying.
yeah, I was there. I was there for that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I said,
Like,
yo,
I'm
what the
tripping
hell
on
is
that.
Scott going on, man? Who the hell is
I
calling
like
Scott?
your. I like.
I
I
was
had to.
watching
I
that
got
stream when
quiet
it
for a
happened.
second, and I was like, "Oh, damn, Scott phone ring." He was like, "Nah, don't worry about it. That's my girlfriend." I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, bro, you bold as hell. If my girl heard her ringtone be the evil empire, she was like, what type of shit is going
Scott is all
on?
fucking, bro.
Yo, Sky, you funny as hell
Ah,
for that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie
yeah,
to you.
Scott, you out of line, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, listen, it is what it is.
And you know what the funny part was he said her and her sister. I cried.
Yeah, they said her and his sister. Nah, but real rap, bro. Like Bam, just to continue the conversation, Bam to me, I think he did a lot of the things that that organization likes, bro. Like that organization is run a certain way. That's why a
Yeah.
lot of players didn't stay long, bro. Like Pat Riley run his shit a certain type of way, bro. Like you got to play both sides of the ball. That's what they like. They've been trying to trade Tyler Hero for years now, bro, and they finally got rid of him. You know what I'm
Nah, but
saying? And
to your point, Leaf, nobody's bigger than the program type shit in Miami.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Pat
Like,
Riley ain't going for that shit. He it like LeBron. You seen how the way LeBron got up out of there?
Yep.
You know what I'm
Sure
saying?
so
So
enough.
like,
hold on. So hold on.
I don't know why we surprised.
Right. So
I'm not.
My question to the panel is how many times do you think this happened? Is this a normal thing where players is not taking pay cuts for their teammates? They don't
Yeah.
care. Fuck that.
They don't give a
taking
shit.
Why would you, man?
Nah, they
Listen,
don't.
it's the
We
new
not doing
Yo, hold
that.
on.
CBA.
You
Y'all
gotta
heard what
feed
Jalen
your
Brown.
family.
I
Jalen
mean,
Brown said. He
everybody
said,
ain't
"Yo,
Jalen. Everybody ain't Jalen Brunson, bro. Like, I
no, but
mean, the
hold
niggas
on.
ain't
Did you
just
hear
leaving
Jalen
100 mil
Brown?
on the table.
Did you hear what Jalen Brown said to Speed? I show Speed. He said, "Yo, don't trust." He said the NBA is a cutthroat business or some shit like that. He said. I should have never joined the NBA.
Yeah, it's
Yo,
Like
but the thing
cutthroat.
is,
some shit
y'all,
like that. He
Nigga, the
said.
NBA turned you into a $300 million
you think
nigga, bro. Stop bitching.
y'all really think that the Boston Celtics asked Tatum like, yo, should we trade Jalen Brown? Is it okay with you if we trade? The niggas not asking that shit.
They
That
ain't
shit
asking
don't
You're
Nah.
not
fucking
paying
matter.
two max
How-
players
no.
that yo
Jay,
Jalen,
you 100
It
percent
don't
right.
matter how they feel.
bruh,
Jay, you 100% right. The
Listen,
reason
Jalen
why they
Brown
didn't
is a
ask
whole
that,
renaissance man. They wasn't about to pay a whole renaissance. He want to have a renaissance and have Black Wall Street in Boston, one of the more racist towns as far as allegedly in the NBA. Like he want to have a Black Wall Street in Boston. They wasn't jacking that shit. Like
no. But it wasn't just
Breezy,
that.
it's
You
the
gotta
new
remember,
CBA.
no, 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 no,
CBA
no, no,
is
no.
doing this.
Y'all got to remember they got a new owner. The old owner told Brad
Yeah.
Stevens, "Yo, you better not do that shit." And then he
Yep.
left. The new owner was in on Brad Stevens' idea to trade him, and that's what happened. But the thing is,
No, it's
Boston
deeper
been
than that.
doing.
How you skip the part? How you skip the part that they were in the second apron with, and they had two max players. Teams can't have two super max players.
true.
It,
Bro,
it,
that's
it, it's
no.
a.
That second apron shit, bro. They was in that when they won the championship. They
I
cut that.
understand
They
that,
trimmed that down.
and then they immediately liquidated the key components of the championship and
Yeah,
sold the team. Have you
right.
ever seen that before? That you sell the team after winning the
After the
championship?
champion,
The
Like
the
that.
Seattle Seahawks just
It was
did
for
it this year. What we talking
Yeah.
about?
that does happen, Pod. It
That's
does.
that happened. That's been happening this
I
whole
mean,
Yeah.
decade.
obviously, it does happen, but is it
That's
rare?
actually the perfect time to
I don't think
sell.
it's rare. I
No,
think
it's not.
the
I think it's
In
Lakers,
this
rare.
decade, it's not rare.
the
I don't.
Lakers
Because
I
did
think
it.
it's rare. As
I
Chat
it's not.
GPT,
I think it was.
The
I think
Lakers, the
it
Lakers
used to
sold
be
their
rare.
franchise. What we
it's
talking about?
unheard of.
I
It's
think
What we
it's
talking
unheard
about?
start.
of.
I
You
think
It's a
it's a
win the
bunch
new
of teams that got
trend.
championship and you
sold this
sell
year.
your team.
It's a
Nah,
bunch
man.
of teams that got sold in the last 7 years. What we
They
talking about? The Lakers got
they're
sold.
private. Listen, the guys who owned the
What we
Celtics
talking about?
before, I used to work for them. They're called the Raptor Group. Wick Grossman. Look them up. These are private equity dudes. What they do is flip assets.
Right.
They they sold the asset at the highest value. They wanted, it had nothing to do with winning the championship and everything to do about winning the championship because it was at the peak of the value of the team and
Exactly.
they
Hold
doubled
up. Pod,
everybody's
pod,
You
money.
just answered your
pod,
own
pod.
question,
I'm
Pod.
not.
You just said, why would they do that at that time? You're going to want to sell at your peak and get off the team. Like,
Your
Right,
mic is low,
right,
Joey.
Yo,
We can
Joey
hear
sound
you,
yeah,
but
like
your
you
yeah,
on a
mic is
yeah.
low.
payphone.
Yeah,
right. No,
so
Joe,
I'm going to
you
sell it.
that's only
Listen to
part of
this.
that's only part of the conversation. The other part of the conversation is to be able to turn a profit. It used to be that these teams were owned by millionaires, and truly it was millionaires back in the day, and who this was a toy for them. That's not what it is anymore. Now they're flipping. They it's like
It's
they're
flipping assets.
investments. They're
Yeah.
investments,
So,
not
Yeah,
not
it's just an
not
investment. It's an investment for them. That's all.
right. It's now there's private equity in basketball, and that salary cap is more important than winning the championship. Nobody wants to pay that shit. And
Well, well,
and
well
Boston
I
had
get
a
what you're saying. You're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, if you're the Boston Celtics ownership, right, the older ownership, not the new one, and you just won the championship, right? You know that you paying two max players. You know that you know what you're going to
you
get a
got a
good.
tax bill coming up.
You're gonna get a good return if you sell the team, especially with them just winning the championship. You're gonna sell at that high point and get off that team, especially with the new CBA rules and all of that.
I
Facts.
know,
Coming up.
but the back in the day
We
owners
can hear
weren't
you,
like that.
Joey, but
That's because it's
you
private
still
equity
missing
now.
out there.
When it was just some rich guy, it was like look at Ishbia in Phoenix. He's a private equity guy too, but still, it's his face. He owns the team. It's something personal about it. It's about his stance in the city. Now it's not about that anymore. It's not there's no more Steinbrenners anymore. There's there's no more Maras and Tishes that as much
Sure
as it
there
gets on
is.
my
Look
nerves.
at Bomber. Bomber's not like that.
Yeah, Balmer is like that. That's a good example of one that is like that. But he'll spend the money to win. You don't have those guys, as many of those guys as before. You
So,
don't.
so I'm gonna say another one, and y'all gonna say oh whatever. But Joe Tsai's like that. Joe Tsai and his wife own the Liberty and the Brooklyn Nets. That is not a group thing. Him
Yeah.
and his wife own that shit.
No,
That's
they
not an
sold
equity
some.
group.
They sold 15% to the Koch brothers. Well,
Okay,
really, the
well
Koch
yeah.
they
brothers,
just
the
did
Koch
that. You
brothers,
right?
the Koch brothers' son, one of the
Yeah.
Koch brothers' son,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just so that he could be
So
Following
you,
Sean
a
Marks
front
around.
office, like a front office job. He
But
yep.
had no job. He was going nowhere.
but
So
Pop,
they
what
bought
I'm
a piece
saying
of
is
the Nets.
Pop, I get your point, but what I'm
They took
saying is
some of
I
his
think it's
money and bought them.
I get your point, but what I'm saying is I
That's
think it's a
crazy, right?
mixture.
Yeah.
I
They
think it's a
bought him a
mixture.
job.
You got equity groups, and then you got owners who just flat out own their shit.
Right. And Miami is one of those teams. Mickey Arison. He's not he owns the Carnival Cruises, so it's not private equity, and they care. They believe in shit in Miami. They have a culture out there. Boston
Because
used to have a
didn't
culture too, but not anymore.
because the same it was the equity group that bought the Commanders, right? The same guy that owns he owns something else in Philly. He owns the Eagles. I forget. It's another
That's the Fanatics dude. He sold. The Fanatics dude sold the 76ers. It's some weird group that owns the Sixers now.
right.
They fired Maury out the blue. Maury picked VJ Edgecombe and then they fired him.
Yeah, they
Yo,
did fire
NBA is
Maury.
crazy. Say that again.
Yeah. But we knew Maury was on borrowed time though. Everybody knew that.
For what though? Like Embiid wasn't his player, and it's not his fault that Embiid
But
cocked
them
out.
niggas
That
kept
James
fouling in the
Harden
He
thing.
playoffs, Todd. They
he
kept
he
fouling.
robbed us twice.
The James
he
the James Harden thing wasn't good
Yo,
with
we can't
Philly.
hear you, Joey.
Yeah, Joey, like I hear you, but it's hard to make out what you're saying, bro. Like that ass, you making good points, you talking good basketball, but it's tough to make out what you're
My
saying, bro.
bad. I'm in the whip right now, so I just took my Bluetooth off. You can hear me now?
Yo, my shit be
Yeah,
Yeah,
doing the
hell
same
yeah,
way
bro. You
fucking
better.
shit.
sound way better.
No, I was saying that it's I think it's a mixture. You got guys that straight out own their franchises, right? Like the Size and like the Bombers, and then you got other franchises who are owned by equity groups. So I think it's a
Right.
little bit of both. It's not
Yeah,
like just
no, yeah, of course. All I'm saying is there's teams are trying to be profitable. Teams are trying to look like they make money on the books, whereas
right,
it used to be win at all costs for some of these owners. And I just was showing the difference, but still that even the private owners don't want to go into the
right.
apron and not be a winning team. You
But
see,
but
Mickey
but
Arison is willing to pay the money. He'll take on Giannis. He
right.
paid. He's got two max players on the team, and they're over the salary cap.
So we got to
So
understand that it's two different type of owners. It's owners that just look at the team as an investment. They're going to buy the team. They're
True.
going to try to flip the team in a couple of years. Depending on
Right,
how successful the team is and how they do, will dictate on how much they can possibly flip the team for. Then you
right.
got owners who are legacy owners who just want it for the legacy. Like Joe Tsai said, he wants to hand this down to his kids. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, you got different type of owners, man. It's not the same at every organization. That's all I'm saying.
Josiah's son is a hooper at Princeton. He graduated, so he'll be working for the Nets. Hope he give his dad some sense because he's
Yeah,
an
he's funny.
actual ball. He actually hoops.
Oh, you know what? He do hoop. I think I seen his son play in high school. Now that you
I'm
say
about to
that.
check. I'm about to check him out, man. What do he
Yeah,
look like? If they gonna draft him?
he's much bigger than his father, but he's little when you see him on the court.
Yeah, Pie. Yo, he playing in high school in Cali, right? Where he used to. Was it
Yes, sir.
California?
He played out here too, but he went to Princeton.
Yeah, because I remember seeing this little dude. I'm like, yo, I wonder if that's Joe Tsai's son, because his last name was
Yep,
Tsai. I was like,
yep,
that's crazy.
yep. That's Josiah's son, who's an actual hooper. So I hope he. I know he just tells his dad that Sean Marks stinks. I know it. I can see it on his face.
That's terrible, man.
Why you say that? Why you say it's terrible?
Because at the end of the day, I don't see the loyalty. I mean, that he has to the Euro players, and and the whole thing is just signing off on anything that Sean Marks do. I wonder if they ever have discourse. Like, do Josiah and Sean Marks ever argue, and is his doors being slammed, and
I heard they do. I heard that Sean Marks wanted Jalen Brown, but Tsai wouldn't sign off on it. I don't know how true that
Yeah,
is.
yeah. That's a real story. That's a real story.
So
I think that story got legs. I think it got legs.
No, that's it's real. It's real because the person who told me about it before it came out in the media is solid in that building. And and that was like the day of the Jalen Brown shit was going on. The day of, before anybody had any analysis or knew, when everyone was shocked, he was like, "Oh, it's gonna happen today," and I couldn't believe it. It happened just like he said.
yeah, but
They said that the front office was having discussions about it, and it was like some strong opinions about it.
Yeah.
But when they got to the front office, which is Joe Sada sign off, he like, nah, he vetoed. He's like, nah, we not doing that.
I'm glad he told them to stay the course. I think he basically is saying, okay, Sean Mark, show me. I would like to have continuity. I would like to keep the team stable. You could be the face of it. Just show me results. And he's giving him a chance to show him results. And I think Sean Marks is on the hot seat. Even though that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I do think size is fed up. or gonna be fed up if you don't see drastic changes this year.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you wouldn't want to do that Brown trade pot because we have the assets and they didn't really give up too much for him.
It's
Yeah.
However, Brown does have a crazy contract. His contract is nuts.
Hold on, yeah. Speaking of you know, Jalen Brown, um, Jalen Brown, I feel like again, he's somebody that's vocal. I don't think it was just that, bro. I feel like Stephen A. Smith, the whole thing with the media, I think he didn't want to be that close to this quote unquote distraction. I think with the 76ers, he would probably turn a new leaf and just focus on basketball. But let's call it what it is. Would Jalen Brown be distracted by what the stuff he got going on off the court with the media, Stephen A., and all of that if he came to the Brooklyn Nets?
Oh, absolutely. I think
I think so. I
I
think so.
think me personally, I said this on Scott's show. I think Jay the media got a bullseye on Jalen Brown and Kyrie's back, bro. That's just they don't really rock with them too tough like that. You always when they're in the media, it always seems like it's a slander
Hmm.
um campaign with them. They
Yeah,
get blackballed. Both of them didn't make the USA team, right? Both
right.
of
yeah.
them. It's like everything that's supposed to happen on some all NBA type level, they leave Jalen Brown and Kyrie Irving out. If the
Yep.
if the media got something to do with it.
Yep.
Hold on. Yeah, we got some Nets content that we could recap. This is Macau Brown Jr. talk about how he gave the Knicks 20. I just want to recap what he said. I see want to see. I just and pay attention to how he talked to the media, bro. He's definitely a media trained. He's a
He
professional.
has star quality.
Mm-hmm.
The kid, the kid had. Y'all see why I was arguing with you, right?
Talk
When
about how
Oh,
pre-draft,
you started kind of growing into the game as it was going on. Just how much more comfortable were you in the maybe the second half than you were in the first half?
Yeah, I really just think about it as just flowing. Just trying to find my spots, where to be aggressive at, where to pick my spots at on the floor, where can I make a play, where do I get off of it. Really just, trying to pick my spots and just kind of, finding the flow of the game for me. So
This is, you hadn't played since February before this. Just how does the body feel? How are you coming out of this?
I feel amazing. I'm just so blessed to be able to go out there and, do what I love. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed.
You can't really talk about your fourth quarter, but coach was just over here saying how proud of he was of the team. You guys.
we're not gonna watch this whole thing, but I did want to see. I'm glad he asked him that as the second question. He asked him how does his body feel, basically asking about his back, in my opinion. He was real short and sweet with his answer. I mean, again, like I said, very professional, right straight to it. There's no fat. You cut all the fat off the steak, for lack of better words. Um, yeah, man. This is our guy. This is our guy. Y'all want to say anything about him and his media presence, or I mean, it's a 5 minute clip. I ain't going through the whole thing. I just wanted to see how you know what I mean. Show y'all how he conduct himself with the media.
no, that's
He,
part of being a star. And the
right.
Nets, the Nets needed someone like this badly. Like he's he gives people hope just from being able to understand and illustrate the way that he has, being a team player, the camaraderie. No offense to Nolan Traore, who's going to be a big part of this team. I think
Okay.
he's kind of like he got that French thing to him. He's an anglophone. He He's not friendly. You understand what I'm saying? It's like
Like,
when he does interviews, it's like watching somebody at a funeral or something. Like it just it's not what this kid is. This kid, Michael, is a star in the making, and that's what Brooklyn needed.
yeah.
And I'm so happy we got him.
Yeah, hell yeah, me too. I think they said that his preferred nickname is Kels. JDJ was in the chat the other day. They said they called him Killer Kels. I think I'm gonna stay with that. I think I'm gonna continue to call him Killer Kels, man.
Yeah,
Cause he and
I,
I like how he addressed the whole thing about how he scored 4 in the first half and 16 in the second half. Like, bro, that shows that he could heat up. You got Diego in the first half pod, had a great half, slowed down in the second half. But if they could play like that, play off each other like that, where if Diego, we still safe on offense because we got Michaela have a big second half, just you know what I mean, and Diego had a first second half, and sometimes that be defensive adjustments they can't get around them being young, a first and second year player. But if they could play off each other like that, bro, yeah, I'm confident. Like I'm not saying we're gonna win the NBA championship. I don't think that's the win for Brooklyn Nets fans this season. But seeing them play more than 41 games, if we could get 50 plus 60 games with McKellen and Diego together, like that's a win for the Brooklyn Nets. Seeing them actually out there healthy, bro. Like I'm not
Breezy, you
trying to
know
see
why
them
I
play
love your
less than
show?
41 games, bro.
Breezy, you know why I love your show? I love your show because of your consistency. We I can remember telling you about Yegor for the first time. Like seeing him in Real Madrid and then telling you about him. And it's like my whole Nets fan experience is couldn't exist without this part.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
No,
Yeah,
it's important, man. It really is. And we don't say thank you enough. So thank you.
yeah, nah, it's all good, man. I'm happy to be here. Again, man, basketball, seeing the Nets get a team, like I tell people all the time, man, that shit is nostalgia, bro. Like just seeing them build the Barclays, that shit outside of the politics of it and all of that, just
Yeah.
looking at it happen, that shit was dope, bro. So
Being built in
I
your
never,
community.
and the beat. I just wanted to say this apart. I don't think I will be a podcaster just like general teams. Like I'll be on a podcast about NBA teams. Our only podcast be all of the podcasts came from the Nets coming to the Brooklyn. Had they never did, I probably wouldn't even podcast, bro. I probably wouldn't even do it, bro. Word. So, yeah,
That's exactly
I thank the Brooklyn Nets, man. Word.
that's exactly how Pod Thorn came about. Like I have various perspectives. I have 20-year-old. I have a 20-year-old who grew up, like watched the building get built, who was there with me. I was in a suite when Jay-Z opened the building, and it was crazy because Jay-Z was my older brother's classmate at Thomas Edison. And you know what I'm saying, to see your older brother's classmate opening up the building in your borough, that was just an iconic moment. Same thing as the first game.
Yo,
You know,
Pod, did you go to Yankee Stadium to see Hove, man?
no, absolutely not.
Why not? Why yeah? Why happened?
Absolutely not.
I heard it was dope. I seen somebody who went. He said it was dope.
Nah, I'll explain the story offline. Like I do business with them, and to keep it simple, some things went wrong, so I'm not a big supporter right now.
Okay. Okay. Um. All right. Let me see. Oh, see, this is another thing I wanted to talk about because I heard about this with John Morant, and he had came and spoke out. Defending himself. He said, "I've done what I've done in the past, but it's been addressed and handled already. I don't see why years later that's still a topic when nothing's happened since." And again, this is the whole thing about we were talking about Mikel and just the media presence. And I could see that, he trying to turn a new leaf. He's not even playing with the Grizzlies, and the media keep bringing it up. You know what I mean? And I think that's just what the media does, man. That's just what, like, you know what I mean? He's gonna have to deal with it until he's playing better. But shout out
Right.
to John Morant.
If he
He's
was
doing his
playing
best.
all-star level, if he was playing MVP level, nobody would care what he was doing.
Yeah, he got to get back to playing basketball. This is
He got to get back to that level. But I think the
I mean,
injuries
obviously,
might have
Right.
took a toll to what John Morant's game was all about, and that was this high energy and athleticism.
hold on. I'm
Right.
gonna play this thing. We can recap it. We can start with Leaf.
I mean, obviously, I've done,
Hold on.
you know, what I've done in the past, but it's been addressed and handled already. So I don't see why, years later, that's still the topic when nothing happened since.
See, he keeping
I
his
feel like if
pocket.
I
He keeping
was
his hands in his pocket so he won't
that
slap him.
guy,
Know what I'm saying? No, I'm just
y'all
playing.
wouldn't be talking to me now. I wouldn't be here. So,
But yeah, you could tell he's
I
bothered.
mean,
Like he's
obviously,
kind of exhausted with them asking the questions over and over. Like, damn, bro, y'all won't let it go. Like I done moved to a whole different place and y'all still talking about it. You know what I mean? So, like, what could he do but be mature about it? You know what I mean? And I don't know. My point is that being a star, it is some of it is the professionalism dealing with the media, how you handle it and how you deal with it, because they be trying to add pressure. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's why I think that's why Kobe will always be infamous for saying the job not done. He was not up there looking like a silly goose. He was up there being serious, like, yo, the job not done. You want me to be up here or celebrating with champagne? Nah, the job ain't done.
I'm gonna say this, man, and then I'm gonna bounce, bro. Like the fact that he got sent to Portland in the first place, knowing what we know about Portland and their history, and everybody up in here, I believe, watched the Jailblazers documentary, bro. It is what it is.
Jailblazers.
That nigga Rasheed Wallace didn't give no fucks, bro. Like he was just like, yo, hey, I'm not coming back there. F them. F everybody that thought something about me, this, that, and the third. The fact that they sent John Morant there, bro, they sending a message saying, nigga, you better get your shit together or get the F up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. I mean,
Nah,
but
I agree with you. I
like,
think he's on his. He
but
got,
just
but
to
this
end
is
it,
thin ice. He's on thin ice.
but yeah, he definitely on thin ice. But just to end it, bro, like, I mean, I feel like in terms of his game, I hope the injuries didn't plague the best parts of his game already, man. Like I'm hoping that he could get to navigate from that if it has, man, a portion of his game that's slowing down. The fact that Zion still ain't got traded yet, bro, like is Joe Dumars basically saved that young man's life. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hopefully John Morant can get back to that all-star status, man, that he's been before, and get back to the John Morant that we know and love, man. Cause yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, yo, shout to Leaf, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Subscribe to Leaf. You already know what it is. Um, Oremel said, yes, Zion need to get traded. Oremel said Portland is the headquarters for Nike. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Seattle.
Wow.
It's not. Nike was founded in Eugene, Oregon.
Oh yeah, Oregon, right.
I've been
That's
to the
where.
first Nike store.
That's Oregon, right?
They're
right.
still headquartered
in Seattle, right?
In
Seattle,
Oregon.
Or they still headquartered
Portland,
in Oregon.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon. Yeah. Okay.
But I've been to the first Nike store in Eugene. They had the fucking truck that they were selling the fucking Nikes out the back in the middle of the store, and the little waffle iron that he was making the waffle shoes with.
Yeah. The bottoms, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, we got some Julius Randle content. Let's see what Julius Randle got to say. You know what I mean? Fuck the Knicks. Gonna bust their ass as soon as we get there. Nah, I ain't say that. Hold on.
That's what you should have said.
Whether it's frustration. Yeah, I mean, I just hit him, just congratulating him and, just telling him I was excited.
I thought that was Bam right quick.
I really just want to be able to be a vet that he can come and talk to. I know how it is, like early in your career. ups and downs. The first season is always the longest. I remember one of my vets, Ronnie Price, told me the first year is the longest year, and then after that it flies by, and he was right. I'm going into year 13, and it's crazy, how fast it goes. So if I can be that veteran shoulder that he can lean on every single day, and whether it's frustration or highs and lows, teaching him how to work every single day, weight room, whatever it is, or if he just needs to talk about life, whatever, I want to be kind of that vet for him and help him out. But I mean, he's great, man. He got a steady head on his shoulder. You can tell that he's, just a good kid. Comes from a good family. Yeah, I mean, I just hit him.
I like what
just
Randall say.
congratulate
I
him.
mean, he
And
said he
Great the
didn't.
Nets have a vet like
If
this.
he got,
This
if
is the
he
kind
got,
of
you
vet
know,
I would want. Someone
if he
who
got
actually could play.
if he got a problem, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He could come to him about something on or off the court, and he's just there for him. You know what I mean? I think
You
he's
still want Bam over what you call part time? I think he's
When
gonna do
Bam told
better.
niggas I'ma hit him, it was a whole different meaning.
It was hit. I'm gonna hit your pockets.
He got traded, so I hit him. Know what I mean, let him know what happened. It's a whole different meaning when Bam said it.
He be running back going, boss, he ain't practice.
I think somebody like Randall, he know the New York media. You know what I'm saying?
He sure enough do.
I only see him as a plus in this situation. I'm not talking about
me too.
And championship contending. I'm talking about next season. Next season, bruh. Yeah, somebody like Mikael Brown Jr., he created space with all of them handles he got. He gonna be able to create space. Randall is gonna be, and he can shoot off ball. You can't double Randall if he going downhill. We gonna score a lot of points, bro. I don't know how tough we are on defense, but we gonna score a lot of points. And
yeah. Points ain't gonna be a problem.
Not whatsoever. I had went to Player's Choice earlier. Y'all know Player's Choice, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that show. I went over there. I was talking to Chill. They had a show called Chill with Chill today, and basically I asked him about MPJ and
what he say?
What I'm gonna play the clip for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Hey, he basically, he gave he gave me this straight about how he felt about the thing. And I just wanted to play it. Then we could we could recap it together. We could start with Scott. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, I just want chill. Good to see you. I seen you with LeVar Ball. That was dope. I was just watching that. I think we got our point guard. I think he's gonna be on that list next year. I'm gonna be curious to see what you're gonna say about him. But he scored 20 the other night. Him and Diego scored 20. I was saying these drafts that we got our backcourt. We got our backcourt, chill. We good on our 1 and 2.
Well, the thing that I was concerned with when y'all had those 5 first-round picks, I was like, yo, they can't miss on all these dudes. Like, one of these guys got to hit. And Diego looked like he's gotten stronger, right? Diego looks like he's gotten stronger. His downhill game looks like it's improving. So add him in with Mikael Brown, and I think that you wanted something. I do. I think that you wanted something. And on top of that, and you and I had this conversation before, Breezy, we can't move forward with our group unless we get a foundation.
No, that's a fact.
Like, who we building this thing around, right? And it looked like with the backcourt you got, maybe this is who we building this thing around.
Yeah.
Maybe these are the two guys that maybe these are the two guys that are our foundation.
Yeah,
maybe these guys are that.
It's true. It's because it's the 3 or 4 years. You got 3 years with on Diego contract, and you got they calling them killer Kells. They got Mikael with his rookie scale contract. That's 4 years. So that's what it is. And we just excited to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I wanted to say that the fan base is not really upset about Darius Acuff. You know what I mean? They kind of were
Hmm.
at first, but seeing Mikel play the way he played and just listening to him in the media,
Damn.
very headstrong, got good media presence, chill.
Yeah.
Seems like a franchise guy. You could put that franchise sticker on him, man. He's our guy.
I do like that. And the ironic thing is like he looked like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, he looks like a baby.
That's the ironic thing is that he looks like he look like he's 15. Like you bring him in, like we building our team around a 15-year-old, but then you see him on the court and there's nothing young about him. He's an adult.
Thanks.
Nah, he
100% handles himself like an adult, and I dig that about him. Right? I really dig that about him. So, the thing about Brooklyn, and I don't think that they're going to be a good team this season, but the thing that has settled me with them is that you guys look like you got a foundation. I'm looking for teams that have a plan. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for groups that make the decision that this is the direction we're going in. That's the thing that I'm looking for when it comes to teams when they're bad. Like, who are we building this thing around? So when you got a guy like Mikel, and you got a guy like Yegor, all right, this is who we building this thing around. What kind of timeline do we have? When you do that, there's a plan there, as opposed to we're just going to roll guys out, right? We're just going to roll guys out and just go, whatever. It doesn't make a difference.
But I came to tell you that, Chill. But I came to ask you, what do you think the Nets should do with MPJ? Right now, it's this, whole contract thing. And they don't know if they're going to re-sign him for that next time is to sign him or let him walk. And my thing is, honestly, I want to see MPJ with this unit. I don't want them to decide before the season starts. I want them to decide after the season, because my thing, Chill, is maybe because of Yegor and Mikel. And Mikel showed he had 2 steals the other day, so his defense is okay. But I was thinking maybe we might need a better perimeter defender with Yegor and Mikel at the 1 and 2. Maybe a Trey Murphy. What do you think fits next to Yegor and Mikel? A better defender than MPJ, or should we just see what's going on with MPJ?
MPJ will play defense. Like, MPJ isn't terrible as a defender. He will play some defense. Like,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he ain't, Scottie Pippen on the wing or nothing like that, but he will play some defense. But I think the most important thing is we still got to sell tickets. So, like, we can't just have nobody out there. And a guy like MPJ, who has never met a shot that he doesn't like, will sell some tickets. There are some people who will come to see MPJ. On some level, he does have a level of box office to him, because he was on that Denver team that won the championship. On top of that, I think he averaged 25 last year.
Yeah, he's open.
Yeah. So with that being said, I feel like that's your ticket seller right there. Now moving forward, I think your wingman is in the draft. That's what I think he is. Excuse me, I don't think he in free agency. You had to trade for Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle gives you another vet that you don't have. But I do think that with the group that you have, we building it around this backcourt, though. I think that's the most important thing. So, Breezy, good to talk to you, my dude. I know where to find you at, my man.
All right, thank you. Likewise.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's that. So basically, he surprised me with the whole we might find our player at the wing on the draft. I don't know how he fit and do that, but I do stand on my square saying I want to see MPJ play this year with this group. I don't want to see them trade him before the season starts.
I think karma is a beautiful thing. I think those Knicks picks are going to work out wonderful. I really do. I really believe in those Knicks picks.
Okay, that's what's up. What about the wing thing? Do you think we should have MPJ for the season or trade him before the season starts?
Let him play out. I think, be patient. Let it play out. He's like he said, a lot of people are going to want to see him play. It's going to make the Nets exciting, I should put it. So it should be a wonderful thing, man. Honestly, I think this team is decent. I think of course, I don't think they're going to win the championship, but I think it'll bring some excitement in the Barclay. The Barclay needs it.
Mm-hmm. That's so notorious. What you think? You think we should keep MPJ this season and wait to trade him? What you got?
I like MPJ, but if the right deal comes about, you know what I mean, you trade him. If you feel like at the end of the season, when you're up for he's up for contract negotiations, and you guys can't come to agreement, then you do a sign and trade. You know what I mean? However, I wouldn't mind keeping him. And I
Right.
agree with that dude. A lot of points he made, but I
What'd you say?
to me, you saying it's the defense, but like he said, I do agree. He's not a bad defender, right?
Right.
He's a decent enough defender. But what he's going to do is he's a floor spacer. He's going
Mm-hmm.
to open up so much space on the floor for Mikael Brown Jr. and Yegor to work
That's
and
true.
others.
Yep.
You feel me? He doesn't have to do as much. He can just sit on the perimeter now. He got ball handlers. He got playmakers in Randall and MBJ. So I don't mind keeping him. I think he's going to open up another. He opens up another element for this team. You know what I mean? And if the money is right, I wouldn't mind keeping him around. Now, if you can't come to an agreement, you know what I mean, and he wants to get paid more, then you just do the sign and trade and you cut your losses. But I, it's either or. I'm not. I mean, like I said, I'm willing to keep him if the price is right.
All right. What about you, Jay? What you got on this?
Uh, I agree with Chill just of the fact that I need to see some sort of direction. And I do think I've been hearing people say, oh yeah, Yago and Michael could be the backcourt of future. And I like the way that sounds. I just want to see it come to fruition. But from the very, very, very small sample size that I've seen, I think that could be a possibility. And just need to have some sort of direction. And that's why I agree with Chill.
So you rather keep him than anything?
Who? MPJ?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. You could get him out of here. I want to see this team just not lose all season. I told you all last year I didn't really like his shot selection, but me not liking his shot selection, he was making some of them shits that I didn't want him to shoot. So I didn't really want to get him last year when we got him, but he wasn't horrible. He ain't do nothing that make me want to say get rid of him at all costs. But should we pay him a lot of money? Hell the fuck no.
So like that's what I was saying, Jay. Like let his contract finish, and then after that, you know what I'm saying?
But you
We
know how
put
these
something work.
guys are these days. If you don't offer them a contract, then they want to ask out and sit out and do all sorts of dumb shit because you ain't offering what they wanted. All of these, like these contract negotiations, seem to happen the year before, and if they not happy with how people are treating them, then they want to ask out and try to get traded. But I agree with you what you were saying about do it during the season. Don't do it right now. Do it when other teams really really need somebody and you can really really get something good back.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Um, yeah, I mean that's all I got for the most part, man. Shout out to King, got them handles. He a Pelican fan. Yeah, he was grabbing rebounds. That's the other thing about MPJ that's dope is that he definitely get a lot of defensive rebounds. You know what I mean? So I think that's defense too. You know, not giving your guy a second opportunity to score the ball. So yeah, if I had to choose, I'm keeping. Excuse me, MPJ. He got chemistry 1 year with Yegor, at least half the year. You know, and I think Yegor confidence from his shooting confidence come from MPJ. Like Diego wasn't known for no shooter like that before in college. And all of a sudden he's just shooting like that. We was giving a lot of credit to Jawan Howard and maybe there's coaching staff. And I think a lot of that should go to MPJ. Like we said, MPJ ain't never seen a shot he ain't like. And I just feel like keeping them two together can only be a good thing, especially for Yago. You know what I mean? Maybe even more Yago than MPJ. But MPJ is going to have to decide: do he want to, stay with the team and get better with the team, or do he want to go to a contender? If he want to go to a contender, you know what I mean? We might get a good situation where, Sean Mark play it the right way. We get back some draft capital. You know what I mean? Get our wing in the draft, like Chill was saying. Um, but in due time, I think we play today too, right? We got another game today. 3 games back to back to back. 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we
What,
do.
who we play?
We play. Let me see.
I
Some
thought we
league.
don't play till Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. I'm sorry,
We play
Joey
Sacramento.
right. Joey right. Tuesday.
Okay, so we play these 2 back-to-back games, and then the next game we got is Tuesday versus Sacramento Kings.
Yeah,
Mikael Brown Jr. and Diego got to play that game, man.
I think they
gotta
are.
Yeah. If they miss tonight's game so they can make that game, I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think they're definitely gonna play that game for sure.
Yeah, me too. I think we covered it all, man. If unless there's something else that I know y'all want to talk about Kawhi scandal. And then we had enough scandals for one night.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing about that Wayne situation he was talking about, like in the foundation and all of that. The
Yeah.
thing is, like, people got to understand, like, the Nets are rebuilding. Like, we lost 3 superstars. We had to fucking build this thing back up from scratch, right?
From the
So,
mud. Yep.
you gotta you got off McHale, you pivoted to McHale, you got off McHale, got your draft picks back. That was the obvious direction, was rebuilding, right? So through the draft. And that type of shit takes time, bro. Like, you just not gonna have your guy to build around like right away. You know what I mean? Like, we had
Right.
to go get our guys out the draft, and luckily we got 2 guys that have promise that can possibly be that. You know what I mean? Like, this thing ain't no flash in the pan type shit. Like, rebuilding ain't for the weak. Like, your foundation just don't come out of nowhere. You gotta filter through players to find that.
That's
So,
true.
I mean,
No,
I don't know what people want, man. It's just like Rome wasn't built in a day, my G. Like,
yeah.
but
Nah, I see Python in the chat. He's saying 2028 the next gonna be fire. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't expect us to be winning the championship this year, but I really do expect for us to be competitive, show some type of fight, some type of grit, got this, some identity. I do expect that. I do want to see that. And with the way Jordi Fernandez was looking stressed about losing in these tanker seasons, I know he wants some of it too.
oh,
I,
for sure,
you know,
Jordy's a competitor.
facts,
Yeah.
He
facts.
done
He,
grew
he
a
not,
full head of gray hair here.
and he
Yeah.
balling. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
we, I think we, I think we definitely gonna be a better team. Obviously, we got a better roster, and you know what I mean. And like, we're obviously not gonna be tanking. So I mean, we upgraded the roster. I think we'll be better, not by much, but it'll be much better than last year.
Facts. But to your point, yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting to watch. I definitely feel like it's gonna be some highlights, some alley oops, some 3 pointers, and some grit. I think in the fourth quarter, if and I think that was the bad part of what we were at for a long time, is not knowing who to go to or have somebody to score in the fourth quarter. And with Mikael Brown Jr. showing, that give me the ball and I'm finna score next type of mentality. Yeah, man. Yeah, he our guy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm about to put him in the intro song. Intro song on the way. I'm definitely coming with an intro song.
He your favorite player now, or it's
Oh
too
yeah,
early?
yeah, yeah. Cam Thomas is a day thing of the past, man.
Are
Shout out
you
to Cam
serious?
Thomas. Yeah, Cam Thomas not a Brooklyn Nets player no more. How much loyalty can I show him? You know what I mean?
You
When
wild,
he
bro.
when he was
So
here,
let me ask you a question, Bree.
I
So your
went. But
favorite
hold
player
on,
got to
Joey.
be
Just
on the
so you know,
Brooklyn
when he
Nets?
was here, I rapped the bars in front of his mom's.
No, I'm going to ask you a question. Does your favorite player have to be a Brooklyn Net, like, from your perspective?
Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? I do want to focus on Mikael Brown Jr. more than I focus on quote unquote my favorite player in the NBA. Right now, the player that I'm focused on right now the most is Mikael Brown Jr. What's going on with the Brooklyn Nets? That's more entertaining to me than just kind of following somebody's career through the NBA. You know what I mean? I'm more of a fan of the team than a player. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have a favorite player per se. But there's different times where players they've been playing big. Even through like last season, that I was like, oh, all right, they doing some dope shit. I was watching. I remember VJ in the beginning of the year. He was hooping Cooper in the beginning. I was watching the rookies. I was watching Dylan Harper. You know that, and you know what I'm saying. To be honest, if there was a player that I watch outside of the Brooklyn Nets, it's Dylan Harper. I'm interested to see
Yeah.
what him and Ace Bailey, what happens with their career because with Ace Bailey coming off of the bench and Jalen coming off of the bench, and they were projected to go to the Brooklyn Nets, but they didn't come to the Brooklyn Nets. I kind of watched their career to see where they could go, to see if it's possible that they could. At any time, could one of those players come to the Brooklyn Nets? And
Yeah,
if so,
right.
how is it possible? You know what I'm saying? So like that's like what I've been doing. It's always connected to the Brooklyn Nets some type of way, Notorious. But yeah, right now, Mikael Brown Jr. is my favorite player. Shout out to Cam Thomas, but he's not a Brooklyn Nets player no more. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey man, like I said, man, the Nets are still trying to figure a lot of things out. They still trying to figure out this wing situation. Like, yeah, look like we got the backcourt, a nice young backcourt. That's looking like what we got. But we still trying to figure out the wing situation. And I'm not talking about the MPJs and the Randalls. I'm talking about the young guys between the Clownies and the Billados and the Josh Jeffersons, the young wings. You feel me? They still
Yeah.
trying to figure out who gonna be the cream of the crop to rise to the top with those guys. And granted, like Chill said, it might not be none of them. It might be, Marks and them might figure out like it's not none of them. It might go find our guy in a draft, but we gotta filter through to figure it out, man.
yeah, nah, facts. We gonna definitely get back to that. I'm gonna do some more research about the drafts and so on and so forth. It's a long off season to me. It is, and it's just from Sunday to Tuesday. It's tough. But shout out to This Is JTV. Shout out to People Hernandez. Come on down. Shout out to Notorious. Shout out to Scott. Me and This Is JTV got a podcast on Thursdays at 9 p.m. called Stir the Pot Tap In. Jay got a lot going on. Talk to him, Jay. You tell him what you know what I mean? What you got
Yo, I
going on.
got music out on all streaming platforms. Just search under This Is Jay or A Different World. Different World, ADFRNTWRLD. It ain't no vowels in it because it's different. But yeah, and we do a different show where every week it's a different show live on Instagram every Tuesday. But make sure you tap in to Stir the Pot on Thursdays. That's food for thought. We keeping it hot. We up there talking about everything. And yo, did you see the clip about the $12 million that you was talking about? That one is kind of going up a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I gotta check
Yo,
it
what?
out. I
How,
seen
how was
it
that show
had
in
some
Jamaica
views, man.
Ave, man?
Oh, that shit was lit last night. Know what I mean, they was because I didn't know this, but for all of the weed smokers, 710, 710 is a type of, like, you know how they got 420 for weed smokers.
Right.
710 is another one of those days because if you take the 710 and flip it upside down, it spells oil. So it's for all of the waxes and
I ain't
concentrates and
never
shit
hear
like
that
that.
shit.
So
That's
they was,
some weed
they,
head shit right there, man.
yo, they was.
Yeah.
Yo, they was in there last night giving out free dabs and shit. People was dabbing. It was a nice vibe though. We turned that shit up. The Vargas Bros was there. You know, those the homies. Breezo. We turned that
Yeah,
shit upside down last night. It was a good ass time. We didn't get in the crib till mad late, but you know that's how it is. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it. Know what I
yeah.
mean? But
Yeah,
what?
yeah, listen, man, you already know I'm trying to do the recap, so just let me know. You know what I mean? You indeed let me know when the schedule is good for y'all. We can put it
All right,
together, do ball breakdowns, talk about what happened on more thoroughly about your show.
right, nigga. Cheese pulled up.
Oh, Chiefs pulled up?
Yeah, out of nowhere,
Okay.
randomly.
Yeah, nah,
Word.
man. Again, man, I love to hear it. I love to
It
hear
was
it.
it was like an old school TNT event. Only thing that was missing was you, Stacks, and Lex.
Yeah. I knew I was gonna miss it. I knew it was gonna be lit. I've been in one of your shows before. I knew it was gonna be lit, but yeah, I was hella busy running
Nah,
errands more so.
I already know you had shit yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Shout to This Is JTV, man. Shout to Notorious. Shout to Scott. Scott, tell me your channel, man. Put your
Yeah, you can reach me at Apartment Gamer and more, and Apartment Gamer 1 on X.
Alright. Yo, man, y'all already know Nets fans is the best fans. We're gonna be back maybe before Tuesday, but if y'all do want to see some content before that, just send me a topic, something like that. We'll put it together. You know what I mean? I am a content creator, so when there is no content, it's up to me to create content. So I'll try to, bring one episode at least before Tuesday. And man, again, Nets fans is the best fans. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna be back real soon with more content. Peace.